You cannot succeed in what you don't measure. Welcome to GWC. My name is Magembe. If you are not subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. In today's episode, let's look at which kind of records you need to maintain when you start beekeeping. You see, what happens when a lot of people start business is that they don't keep records. And of course, if you don't keep records, there's no way you're going to succeed because data is very important. So as a beekeeper, this is a business for us. So when you're starting this kind of business, the first thing you want to make sure that you have is records. So let's look at what kind of records, the basic records that you need to keep or maintain so that you can be a successful beekeeper. The first record is when you buy your hives, you need to start labeling your hives. You need to label your hives from number 1, number 2, up to number 50, 100, depending on how many hives you have. So you need to create a system of numbering your hives so that you can be able to identify these hives going forward. And the second thing that you need to record is, of course, the date when you bought your hives, because you need to know from the time you bought the hives, how these hives, failing. The next thing is that you want to know the date when these hives have been colonized. So you have the date when you bought the hives, you have the date of colonization, and then the next thing that you need to keep a record of, it's actually when you start harvesting. When you're harvesting, you need to know that I've harvested from hive number 5, which I bought this time, and was colonized this many months ago, and now I'm harvesting. So when you harvest, you maintain the record of the date when you're harvesting and the quantity of honey that you're harvesting from this hive. So going forward, after 2 to 3 years, of course, you will have a lot of data. Then you'll be able to actually analyze your data and see which hives are doing well, and see whether the business is doing well, or if it's not doing well, maybe there is something you're doing wrong, or you need to start something else. So record keeping in beekeeping is very, very, very important. And, you want to make sure that from day one, you are actually maintaining records. And another record, of course, you need to have is inspection. And during inspection, which I've said here before, that we inspect our hives each month. So we are doing monthly inspections. And during these inspections, we look at how the hive is actually, how the bees are doing in the hive, whether they are healthy, whether they are active, and whether they are doing what they're supposed to do, making honey. So we will inspect to make sure that actually predators are not there. So you will have a record for inspection, so that you say, I've inspected hive number 10 this date, and when I was inspecting, I found the hive is okay. This many flames already have comes, and bees are actually depositing honey. All there is an issue. Some of the hives we have inspected, what we have seen, sometime you wait and you're not harvesting, you find that some of these hives are actually having an issue. You find some beetles in there. We have found some spiders. We find some lizards in the hive. And so once we find this, then of course we have to take appropriate steps to correct this issue, because otherwise, if you don't fix this issue, you will not expect it to harvest. So keeping the records of the time when you're doing inspection is very, very, very important. So basically, today what we are discussing here is that make sure that you are maintaining records of your business. So as a beekeeper, whether you're doing this for fun or you're doing it as a business, it's very, very important to maintain the records so that you have data. And the future is based on data. A person who does not have data from whatever they are doing, they cannot be able to tell you, oh, this is how I'm doing. So that's why some of these videos you watch, even on beekeeping, some of the people, they are not telling you the truth. And it might be intentionally or it might not be intentionally, because maybe they don't even have records. They don't know when they bought the hives. They don't know how much they even harvest from a certain hive. They're just guessing. But for someone who keeps accurate records, then they can be able to share accurate information uh, to the viewers or to whoever they want to share that information. So data is very important. Even going into the future, those ones who have data, those companies that have data, and know how to analyze that data, then they own the future. Because from data, you are able to know how things are going. You are able to see a certain trend. You are able to see a pattern. But if you don't have data, you are always guessing, and there is no need to guess. So when you start this business, please make sure that you are maintaining the basic records that we have talked about, the date when you buy the hives, the date when your hives have been colonized, the time when you're harvesting, which date, and the quantity of honey you're harvesting from each hive, and make sure that your hives are labeled very nicely. Then you sit down 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and then analyze your business and see whether you're doing well, so that when your friends talk to you and they're interested in this business, so that if you are giving them information, you're giving them accurate information. You're helping them. You don't want to mislead people. You're the one in this field, and you're misleading people. So that's not very good. So again, thank you for taking your time to listen to this video. And if you're not subscribed, kindly go ahead and subscribe. For those ones who are subscribed, thank you. And I'm hoping that since we started discussing beekeeping here, some of you have already started beekeeping. So that would be very good. Thank you. We'll see you in our next video.